Thank you, Madam President. A few things to report tonight. Good evening, everyone. We're proud to announce that Laura Corrett has been named a finalist in the 2013 Rodell Exemplary Principal Initiative. Due to her outstanding leadership, proven record of high academic achievement, she's been selected as one of Arizona's best educational leaders and will be recognized at a reception early next year. We're really proud of her accomplishments. And we're also really proud that Joya Pitts was named a semifinalist in the same 2013 Rodell Exemplary Principal Initiative. The semifinalists this year are all incredible administrators with proven track records of high student achievement, but they weren't selected as finalists. And Rodell wanted to applaud her outstanding accomplishments and commitment to working with students in high-need schools. We want to let everybody know we've been working with PIR and the NASCAR Foundation to begin a partnership with the district that will help support STEM instruction, get middle school students excited about applied sciences, and strengthen our collaboration with community partners. It looks like we'll have a kickoff in January with events to motivate 7th and 8th grade students, culminating with the races in early March and recognition of some of our students. At the Business Education Collaborative Summit I attended with the ABEC board in Denver this week, or was it last week? It was last week. We heard a presentation by Katie Aycock. She's the president of Education Trust, and she gave a quick overview of some data on progress of schools in the U.S. She said that business leaders need to be paying attention to the achievement gap, and that actually the achievement gap has been growing since the 1980s. Also at the Changing Culture Data Summit that wrapped up today, there was a discussion amongst leaders from the state, regional agencies, LEAs, that's districts and charters, related community groups, on what it would take to move Arizona forward with a statewide student data system. State Superintendent John Huppenthal and his Chief Information Officer Mark Masterson have made a lot of progress in this area, but there's a long way to go to get up and fully functioning. That group identified some assets and challenges, offered ways they could assist in supporting a more timely and comprehensive platform. The next summit convenes this summer, and I'm anxious to see what the consultants from the U.S. Education Delivery Institute and Data Quality Campaign can put together once we know the level of support of the legislature appropriated for the effort. Speaking of funding support, the automatic spending cuts, commonly referred to as the fiscal cliff, are scheduled to hit January 2nd unless a deficit reduction deal is reached by federal lawmakers. This will affect states and school districts differently because federal funding accounts for anywhere from 10 to over 15% of school budgets, depending on the state and the district last fiscal year. Federal monies play a significant role in Littleton District's programs, so if no fund was spared, we stand to lose as much as $350,000 a year. Citizens need to play an active role in encouraging elected leaders to work for a better budget plan than a fiscal cliff. Discussions about priorities of the upcoming legislative session regarding education are being discussed in various venues around the state. Some of that having to do with the defeat of Prop 204. There's a focus on Common Core state standards and the partnership for assessing them, and that appears to be a common priority among educators, community leaders, and legislators. This could translate into capital funds for technology needed for the assessment, including some increased broadband coverage around isolated regions of the state, for added costs for more statewide assessments, and for possible increases in other tests such as the ACT, SAT, or PSAT. There's some agreement that the legislature needs to address other capital building renewal and construction needs, but that may take the form of a more long-term solution than immediate funds. We're excited that tomorrow morning Fox 10 will be broadcasting their weather live from Country Place. We're very fortunate to have such an involved PTA and wants all of Arizona to know about how great their school is. We're also at the halfway point of our winter sports season, and all the games are being played at Tres Rios. And the schedule can be found on our webpage. If you have time, come out and watch our athletes. You'll enjoy the games. In the boys basketball, the competition is so tight that any team can still take the division. Each game's been very close, very exciting. Schools are now posting pictures and scores on Facebook pages, so I encourage you to check those out. The girls have been just as exciting as the boys, and Country Place is in first place this time. That doesn't mean they're going to win the division. The other schools have shown they're going to try and take over the lead second half of the season, so that should be pretty exciting. Those girls are real competitive. Have you seen that? They're very. In closing, we want to express special thanks to Mr. David Zazaya for backpacks with school supplies for the Littleton School, to Ms. Sarah McDonald for books for Trace Rios, to DonorsChoose.org for books and audio CDs for Collier, and to the University of Arizona for ITQ mini grant program for professional development. And that's all I have this evening.